Yeah, know what I mean? I hit him with some punches there, a lot of unanswered ones, and I thought that maybe the ref could have stepped in, but give Mark Smith his due, he's one of the best refs in the world, so, and Tony come back out in the second and third raring to go, so, as I say, it could have been stopped, but it never, but I still won every round, and even though I'm a little bit disappointed to get the finish, I am happy with my performance at the same time.
Nice. Last thing for me, I mean, you're becoming a star here in the States, you know, big Vegas stages, but of course in Europe it's an amazing scene over there. So what do you see next for yourself? I mean, there's a ton of opponents that can make sense, but are there locations that you would prefer, whether it be here or whether it be at home?
Well, I wanted to fight on UFC 300, you know what I mean? If it would have been announced for the first weekend of April, like the 6th of April, I may have thought on it, but the wife's due between the 12th and the 17th of April, so I'm not missing the birth of my first kids, that's not happening. So I can't do that on the 13th. I've heard there's a show in Manchester in July, rumours of it, so that could be me. It's only 30 minutes from my house.
Paddy, down here. I know that you're not really in the game of calling out opponents. They seem to be in the game of calling you out. That's no different tonight. Rafael dos Anjos called you out and said he could beat you without a training camp. Is that the sort of name you'd be interested in?
Yeah, know what I mean? He's another legend, know what I mean? Former champ, just like Tony. RDA is very good. Is he coming back down to lightweight, is he? 'Cause he was fighting at welterweight, wasn't he?
I think he's fighting Gamrot next.
Is he? What the fuck's he mentioning me for then? Stupid bastard. Focus on what you've got to fight, know what I mean? But yeah, everyone's going to mention me, aren't they? Know what I mean? And it's just because of like the little thing round my name and the fact I've got so many followers, know what I mean? That's what it is. But as I say, I wouldn't disrespect RDA. He's a former champ, another future legend of the sport, but he's another one who's getting a bit old now, and if he wants me to take him out, I will.
Everyone talks a lot about Tony and his position in the sport and what he should do next, but you're the guy who just went in there for 3 rounds with him. How did he feel? Did he feel like a guy who can't be in the UFC anymore, or did he feel competitive at this stage?
No, I said this earlier, like, it's mad the way people are telling him to retire, know what I mean? It's the person's decision who's fighting when they want to retire. No one will ever be able to tell me when to retire. It's my decision. Tony wants to keep getting in there and fighting. He can. I think if you put him in there with someone a little bit lower in the division, like a Marco Madsen or a Drakkar Klose or something like that, then he beats them.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Paddy, back here.
Feel free to browse.
Down the middle. Paddy, you talked about it, obviously everything surrounding your last fight, then obviously the injury, the layoff. Did you feel mentally, like, sitting up there right now, like you exercised those demons, you came back to Vegas, you got the dub, no controversy, just how are you feeling with it compared to everything you went through?
Yeah, of course, it's a bit of redemption, but this is the sport we live in, lad. You get judged on your last performance. There's probably still people talking shit about me now, saying I couldn't finish a washed-up Tony. Know what I mean? That's the game we play, lad. The MMA fan base is very toxic, but we get on with it.
It's been a minute, but do you still care one way or the other about fighting on the same card as Molly? Because obviously that's always a scene when the two of you are competing on the same night.
Yeah, it's always nice, you know what I mean, when we get to fight on the same card, because we get to do fight camps at the same time and prep and stuff. But it's one of them, you know what I mean? We can't always fight on the same card. She's fighting in Feb, hopefully I'll be here for it. But it's just one of them. Like, in the next year or so, we're going to have a couple of more fighters from next gen in the UFC as well, so we're never all going to be able to fight on the same card.
Thank you.
Paddy, right here. Oops, sorry, Jose. The hair, I think a lot of people were surprised to see it tied tonight. Can you kind of explain that decision, and was it difficult to kind of get rid of the signature for a fight?
Yeah, you could say that. It's quite funny though, because whenever I used to play like Fight Night or like the UFC game or anything like that, I'd always put cornrows on my character. But the reason I've done it was because I'm sick of getting it with little punches and like left hooks and stuff like that, and people, oh, he's rocked. Like, nah, my hair just moved. I'm not rocked at all. So I think it was a little bit of a tactical one as well, because it also, my hair goes in my eyes, lad, and I've got to lift my chin up. And I think I've done a little bit of a better job keeping my chin down tonight with the cornrows. So I don't know, I might look like white boy Rick, but it's sound.
So they're here to stay.
Yeah, it's gonna stay now. Like, I'm gonna have to just keep it, because my hair doesn't get in my eyes, lad. When my hair gets in my eyes, it is frustrating, I'll be honest.
Did you have a chance to watch the main event with Leon and Colby?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what we just saw?
Dominated them, you know what I mean? Just, it was too easy.
Do you understand now, like, the fans now kind of turning on Colby because of what he said at the
Yeah,
press
he's a piece of
conference?
shit, lad. You know what I mean? I said this the other day myself, he's a proper piece of shit. Like, it's crazy though, the crowd, they were all cheering him on Thursday, and then today after he loses, he gets booed. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, lad. Fight fans are fickle.
And talking about your fight, I remember when Israel Adesanya fought Anderson Silva, there were moments when he was fighting him, it was almost surreal. Like, he had seen these moves so many times that he could see the setup, and he's like, oh, I know what you're about to do now. Were there any moments like that, fighting Tony, that you saw these on TV for like a decade, and then he pulled them out on you?
Yeah, when he was trying to do stuff off his back, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I know what he's going for here. Apart from when he was like tie clinching me and putting his knee in my neck, that was a bit of a mad one. You know what I mean? I was thinking, what are you doing, Tom? What are you doing here, son? But yeah, it was, as I say, it was surreal to fight someone like Tony Ferguson, but you know, I've got people like RDA mentioning me already, lad, so it's not going to be long before I fight someone else with a name like that.
Was that really your first experience with a high-level 10th Planet practitioner? Because he was constantly pulling rubber guard on you.
Lad, I'm a second-degree black belt, lad. And it's funny because I said to Paul before the fight, got me second-degree black belt in the hotel before the other week. I'm going to have to actually show me grappling a little bit here, aren't I? Because every one of my UFC fights have just come in to have a scrap. Like, I actually stuck to the game plan this time, and I'm happy with it.
Paddy, down to your right. Were you able to tell David Goggins that you were the ones carrying the boats or not?
No, lad, I was too tired. If I would have finished him in that first round, then yeah. But no, I was too tired at the end of the third there, I'm not going to lie. I did blow me load a little bit trying to finish him. I can't wait to watch the fight back and see how many punches I actually hit him with unanswered, because I reckon it was over 30, you know what I mean? But it's one of them. He survived. He's one of the toughest men out there, and hats off to him. He's an absolute legend. As I said before, no one should tell that man to retire. He can retire off his own back when he wants to.
So much has been made about your weight in between camps, but I know you said after the Gordon fight you stayed pretty disciplined. I think you only were like 182 or something like that. Is that sort of a mindset you're going forward?
Yeah, I don't ever want to hit 210 pounds again, put it that way. You know what I mean? After I beat Lever and Vargas, I went a bit wild in America. I think at one point I got on the scales in America, there was 211. You know what I mean? And this time I'm not going above 185, 190. My coaches are probably standing at the back there laughing, shaking their heads like, I bet you he does. But I'm gonna do my best, like, not to balloon up.
And I saw your ankle was swelled up. Is that the same one with Gordon, or is it a different one?
No, it's the same one with Gordon, but it's not my ankle, it's actually the front of my foot, you know what I mean? Where I've kicked him and he's checked it. It's I've just got like a little baseball on the front of my foot, but that's just a bruise, you know what I mean? It's not nothing to do with my surgery, so I'm happy.
And a score prediction for tomorrow?
9-0. The Manx aren't gonna like it. It's gonna be slappy time. Liverpool, top the league. Liverpool, top the league.
Paddy over here. Obviously, a lot of fan opinion has changed about you this past year, but do you almost kind of prefer that, maybe having some fans kind of put you to the side and maybe even sleep on you?
Yeah, said this to Paul earlier today. I was like, it's mad because I've never really experienced getting booed until the press conference the other day, and I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? It lit a fire under me, it got me going. I actually enjoyed getting booed, so doesn't matter, lad. You can love me, you can hate me, you can cheer me, you can boo me. You're going to tune in to watch me fight. That's all that matters.
I'm sure a lot of it had to do with you going against Tony, as he's a fan favorite everywhere he goes. So do you think maybe next time out, if it's not a guy like Tony's level in terms of like fan magnitude, do you think you'll get the cheers you once had?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Even though I was getting booed, lad, people still love the walkout. People still go bananas for the walkout. So, yeah, as I say, I've said it a few times now, but I'm happy. Like, ending the year on a win after starting the year and down in the dumps, very depressed, so I'm happy.
And obviously, you just gave that wild 9-0 prediction. Where are you going to watch that game from?
There's actually a Liverpool supporters club here in Vegas, lad, and I've got the invite, so I think I'll be in there in the morning at 8:30, swinging my shirt around like, woo!
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Paddy. You know, you're known to talking trash, but is there a line when you're talking trash?
Yeah, you don't speak about people's dead relatives. You know what I mean? people have mentioned stuff that I've tweeted before, but I've never mentioned anyone getting killed, anyone dying. Know what I mean? In Liverpool, we use the term terrorise very loosely, and it's like if someone skits you, oh, your ma's fat. It's like, oh, you've been terrored by him there. Know what I mean? We use the term terrorise very loosely. It's nothing to do with anything like that, even though people love to put words in my mouth. But I'd never, ever, ever mention someone's dead relative. If someone mentioned anything about my nan or grandma, I'd kick them in the face. So I understand Leon throwing a bottle at him. Like, I wish Leon would have snapped his jaw then, so we had to get it wired shut for saying something like that.
And then finally, for me, what's the best film you've watched this year?
The best film I've watched this year? Probably Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was a very good film. I was a bit disappointed in Killers of the Flower Moon. Quite disappointed. Scorsese's lost his touch, lad.
Down the middle, Paddy. Right here. There was a lot of outside noise ahead of your kind of Jared Gordon fight. I'm just wondering, like, you came into this fight, there wasn't as much noise. Was that a decision that you made on purpose?
Yeah, the stuff outside of the cage leading into the Jared Gordon fight probably did affect me mentally going into it. It drained me energy a bit as well, to be honest. I didn't do a lot of other things, like last year when I come and I went to a Raiders game, I went to a hockey game the night before. I think that depleted me energy a little bit as well, you know what I mean? But this year I just focused on what I had to do and we got the job done.
Training camp begins now to be a dad, twins on the way. How are you feeling about that?
Can't wait, lad. Literally can't wait. I've always said we'll have twins as well, and it's happened, lad. I'm having identical girls. It's gonna be a harder camp than any fight camp, I reckon.
Last one for me. What's the post-fight meal look like?
I'm going to In-N-Out Burger for the 4x4 right about now. You know what I mean? I've got to go to some other desk and then I'll be going and munching.
Thanks, Matty. Congratulations.
You know that. Thank you very much. Have a nice night, people.
Dana White announced some major fights tonight for UFC 299, including Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page and Ian Gary versus Jeff Neal.
I guess before I get started, I'll announce some fights for you guys here. This Miami card is stacking up to be bad. Michael Venom Page versus Kevin Holland. Song Yadong versus Jan. Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della. And Ian Gary versus Jeff Neal.
Bryce Mitchell released a statement regarding his brutal knockout loss to Josh Emmett. Bryce posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "Can't thank y'all enough. Everyone who supports me is amazing. I still have my health, so I'm happy."
Hey, I want to let everybody know that I'm okay. I want to thank y'all so much for watching, and I've just been so blessed this weekend. I cannot complain about anything, and really where I messed up is a poor strategy. So my strategy was stick to the jab, make my reads, work my feet, kind of sit on the outside, but that put me to where I'm not putting that forward pressure that I really like to put, and it also made me look like timid, you know, and that's not how I fight. I fight very aggressive, and so I encourage anybody who's got a fight in their life, not just a fist fight, I'm talking about any type of fight, be aggressive and attack it, because at least if you go down and you lose that battle, you're going to know you fought and you went head on towards it. And so just a bad strategy by me tonight. And gosh, Josh hits hard, and he's so low to the ground when he throws that overhand right. It's hard to hit him with anything, and what can I say, you know? I could have done better, but I obviously didn't, you know? I'm so lucky to live the life that I live. I have a wife because of this sport. Me and my wife would have never met if it wasn't for this sport. I have a kid coming because of this sport. I have a house because of this sport. I have a farm because of this sport. I wouldn't trade it for nothing, and there's nothing that's going to get me down. I'm just going to refuse to let negativity control me. And I just want to tell y'all that I love you. And I've had so much prayers this week. It has been overwhelming. I'm talking hundreds of messages. I went on Tucker Carlson and got 2 million views. I mean, it's just overwhelming, the sense of just acceptance or validation that I get from y'all. And obviously I wish I could have performed better for you, but it just, my best was not enough tonight. And if I switch my strategy up, I think it will be. So that's the thing, you know, hit the drawing board, come back, and I'm good. You know, it could have been a lot worse. When I was in that hospital, I was getting rolled by people with no legs, no arms, you know, faces all messed up, face turned sideways like a dude got in a car wreck, you know. So I cannot complain about anything. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm healthy, and I love y'all, and thank you.
Paddy Pimblett defeated Tony Ferguson via unanimous decision. Jared Gordon reacted saying, "I'm just Ferguson." Paddy Pimblett defeated Tony Ferguson via unanimous decision. Jared Gordon reacted saying, "I'm just that good. Run it back." He followed up with Paddy fights like a sausage. Ariel Helwani says Paddy giving Ferguson props and respect afterwards. The right move. Very humble and gracious in victory. Says he blew his load in the first and was surprised Ferguson survived the onslaught. Ben Askren says, "Man, Ferg went out on his shield. He's a warrior. That being said, probably time for him to retire." He followed up with Paddy was a fun prospect, but his fighting is kinda meh. Aljamain Sterling says, "What a round. Paddy on fire and Tony showing his grit and toughness." Rafael Dos Anjos says the hype is real. He followed up with, "You guys didn't get the joke. Pimblett is terrible. I would beat this kid without a fight camp." And Cody Stamen tweeted, "I will fight Paddy at 155. What the f was that?
You know what I mean? I've been watching him since I was like 16, so it's surreal to actually get in the cage and fight him, you know what I mean? And I think I had him hurt than most other people have ever had him hurt, you know what I mean? That first round, it shows what a tough motherfucker he is, man. I hit him with some punches in that first round, mate, and 9 out of 10 men, 99 out of 100 men quit there and don't continue fighting, and give the man his due. He kept coming at me for another 10 minutes. As I say, I can't believe he got out of that first round. And the fact he got out of that first round made the second and third tougher for me, because in the second and third round, after I blew me load a little bit trying to finish him. I went at him and couldn't stop punching him. And then second and third round, I was like, ooh, little bit tired here. Little bit tired. Yes, Mike. Thank you very much for that. I couldn't do what you done and got him out of there, though. Hey, couldn't do what you done. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that.
Paddy Pimblett pays respect to Tony Ferguson after their fight.
I think he checked one and he kicks, you know what I mean? But he's a bony man, as you know. He kicks metal poles and that. So him checking one of your kicks, you know about it. But I felt good, you know what I mean? I blew me load a bit at the end of that first round, trying to take his head off his shoulders. When I got him down there, I thought I was going to get the finish, but my fingers are all battered. As I say, I still dominated the second and third round, even though I blew me load a little bit at the end of the first. And
do you feel you're in there with the Tony of old, the Tony that you wanted to fight? You know, the best version of Tony?
Well, he looked better than he did against Bobby Green and Nate Diaz, you know what I mean? He'd come in with a little bit of fire lit underneath his because he didn't want to go 7 straight losses, but he still did feel a little bit slow, a little bit lethargic, and Still a legend, you know what I mean? No matter if I hate his guts, you know what I mean? He's still a legend. He's got one of the best win streaks this sport's ever seen. Like, that's why at the end of the fight, I wanted everyone to give him a round of applause, because the fact that he even survived that first round shows he's still got it. It does me head in when you see people saying, oh, he needs to retire, and he doesn't need to retire. If he just got out of that first round with me there, 99 out of 100 men quit there and don't carry on fighting. He carried on fighting. He shouldn't retire, know what I mean? He should keep fighting.
Dana White at the post-fight press conference says that he would like to see Tony Ferguson retire.
What do you do with Tony Ferguson moving forward? Because obviously he took a lot of damage in that first round, but then he tried to fight back, and I think that's what, 7 losses in a row now.
I would love to see Tony retire.
And, what do you go with Paddy Pimblett? Obviously, Tony's popular, but like I said, he's on that kind of that skid. Do you now skyrocket him up?
Well, listen, when you talk about a skid, right, you look at the guys he fought, too. And that plays a factor into it. And how did he look right up until he lost? Tonight, Tony tonight looked like he should retire.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Angry Dana White. It says, Colby was never my friend. Donald Trump. The second one's from Peter Griffin. It says, Leon was the more accurate technical striker, and the damage early to Colby's legs paid off. However, that was not the same Colby. He looked slow, sloppy, and apprehensive. I know it was a clear Edwards win, but really should have had bigger moments in there. Very one-paced fight from both men. The final one's from Jonathan Bell. It says, Colby really looked like complete shit tonight. It's crazy how just a couple of his fights ago, he was keeping pace with Usman, and they were mauling the hell out of each other. The bad part is, those fights were now years ago, and Colby definitely looks to become the next Tony Fergie fresh. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.
That in that case, I was wrong.
Hey, I got an announcement to make in the living room.
Then what?
In the living room. You're quitting? No, I got it. If you guys can gather everybody quickly, could you just give me a brief?
Senator Sam, and it's just like a senator or a politician to deny until the evidence becomes so overwhelming against you and everyone's against you, and then go and admit this much.
No, still missing.
Wait, where's Diego at? Diego?
This will be everybody. Go ahead.
Guys, I've always been told it takes a man to admit when he's wrong, and I was wrong. I apologize for grabbing all that stuff at the gym. Today I was told they did not have the authority to give that to me, and I was told that I was wrong in taking it. I put it all in here. If there's anything in here that you guys think is yours or believe is yours that I may have picked up there, you're more than welcome to go ahead and have at it. Anything that's left over tomorrow, I'm going to take to the gym. I'm going to put over there in the corner. I'm real sorry, guys, for this whole confusion and this mess that has happened because of my... greenness. Again, I'm sorry. I hope it's accepted. So.
I'll be completely honest. That apology was an apology for the confusion. Everybody grabbed some swag. The only difference was I grabbed a little more.
Sam did save some face tonight. However, he didn't admit that he took that stuff without authority. He said there was a miscommunication, there was confusion.
Are you going to have any of this or no?
No. No.
Seeing him embarrassed and upset like that gave me some type of satisfaction. However, it would have been nice to really get a 100% complete admission to what he did.
I'd say these guys are not men of honor. Men of honor would have stood up along with me and said, you know what? I took some stuff too. Someone who, when they see wrong, admits it. These guys are not those men. Now, I'm just gonna go on to finish this competition.
Got a call, you know, that we have to go down to the gym today. We just knew that something was going on. You know, it was just like, oh, man. We walk into the gym, we all line up, we're here with our teammates, you know, everyone kind of waiting to hear, you know, what this meeting was called for. Dana White walks in, he's got his typical smile on his face.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. When we first started this, 16 of you came to the UFC Training Center. Now there's only 8 of you left. Congratulations for making it this far. But really, the battle's just begun. This is the semifinals. The way this is going to work is, from here on out, teammate will fight teammate. 4 of you will fight until there are only 2 of you left. 2 middleweights and 2 light heavyweights. First up are the middleweights. Then in Team Liddell, Josh Koscheck will fight Diego Sanchez. The other thing that's going to be different than the other fights is there'll be 3 5-minute rounds instead of 2. Any questions? Have a good night, gentlemen.
I could have been training with Randy Couture the whole time, you know? I could have been training with the guy that's my legend, one of my heroes, you know? But instead, I'm not because of this whole team thing. Now, I'm not even fighting one of his guys, you know?
It's gonna be odd fighting Diego because we train every day.
Yeah, these guys, yeah.
We've been literally training our asses off in there.
Guys are pissed, you know, they've been training, and, you know, even on the other team, or, you know, talking to some of them, they've been training to telling each other how they were trying to beat the guys they thought they were gonna fight.
With Kenny Florian's win, he now takes the Team Couture side of the middleweight division finals. Now from Team Liddell, Josh Koscheck will fight Diego Sanchez. They'll weigh in tomorrow and then fight the following day.
I'm focusing on nothing but my next fight with Koscheck. I've always had the edge on everybody when it comes to wrestling, and it'll be the first time in my whole life I fight a guy that's a better wrestler than me. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna scrap. I'm gonna stand up with him, I'm gonna box, you know, I'm gonna try to knock him out, and it's not my normal style, it's not what I normally do. I'm good at it though, and no one knows it.
How you feeling for the fight? Everybody thinks I'm so one-dimensional. I'm gonna, you know.
That way. That's when you get in trouble, dude. You go out there like, I'm gonna show them I got more than wrestling.
I do have more than wrestling. I just, you know, I wanted to get the win over Leo, and I didn't know. Everybody's like, he's got a knockout punch. Why stand up with a guy who freaking broke people's jaws?
Yeah.
You know? That's stupid. That's asking.
What are you saying?
You're a retard. I would have tried to take him down. The only bad thing about it is one of us has to lose. Yeah. You know, but this is life, you know. We both train each other real well and train hard, you know, for 7 weeks, and now we gotta fight. So it's like,
I think this fight really is gonna be one of those things for Josh, I think. You know, he's obviously a great competitor at wrestling. This will test his MMA stuff.
For this fight, for some reason, it's so much different than all those other fights, because I trained with him, and he's been my friend, and...
If you can train with the guys you're gonna fight, and then fight them and be successful, you can do anything. You know? You'll be ready for anything. It's like it's like giving the guy the playbook, you know what I mean, and going out and playing him, you know? Here's what I do.
He has countless hours done on wrestling. I have countless hours done fighting. You know? And I gotta remember that, you know.
This is Diego Sanchez, and these guys should weigh in at 185 pounds. The thing that makes the Koscheck-Sanchez fight really interesting is Josh is a great wrestler, but Diego is an awesome submission specialist. The question is, can Josh stay out of Diego's submissions? Diego's finished both fights here in less than 2 minutes.
Looks like 183 and a half.
I had time to train with Josh, so now I know how good he is at takedowns. If I was unable to train with him, I would underestimate his wrestling and think that my wrestling is just as good as his.
And this is Josh Koscheck.
Now I know what I have to do to beat him.
Everybody thinks I'm one-dimensional, just I can wrestle and that's it, you know, ground and pound.
185 and a half.
Bottom line is, they're in for a surprise, you know. I've spent 7 weeks here, and I've learned more in 7 weeks than I could possibly learn in 3 years. So I'm going to put that stuff to use, and hopefully, you know, I can't tell you how the fight's going to go down, but I'm going to come out with a victory.
There's Forrest's blood, there's Lieben's blood. But you know what? They should, like, sell this map. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Dude, I'd buy it. I'm out of here. Peace.
Me and Kaz have to fight, and I feel better than I've ever felt before. I feel I got God on my side, and I'm going in there as a warrior, and I'm gonna defeat my opponent. This is personal. He's trying to take away all the hard work that I've put in to be the person that I am right now, to have the name that I have right now. Most important fight in my life so far, you know?
Every fight's most important.
Right. He's trying to take everything that I've worked so hard for and cared so much for my whole life. Everything that I care about, he's trying to take it away from me. And I'm not gonna let him take it from me.
Diego's fights were quick, and you know, now it's time for him to prove himself. He's got to step up and fight somebody that's been there and had a tough fight, and somebody that's just as tough as him. In practice, things are a little bit different without throwing full punches. So if he can adapt to me throwing bombs on his face, then, you know, so be it. And he's a better man today.
Ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
Diego and Koscheck, a fight I really didn't want to see. You know, I trained both of them, so it makes it really difficult for me to give a game plan to one guy, then go over to the other guy, give him a game plan without telling him what I told him. So, you know, I'm not cornering anyone. I'm gonna sit and watch. You know, it's just hard. You know, it's you know, these are been my guys. You know, so you know, I can't really pull for anybody.
Have fun. Stay out of trouble.
Diego and I are on the same team, and he doesn't want to show, you know, any favoritism. So, maybe Diego.
In both of their previous fights, they've shown very good skills. Josh is a great wrestler, but since he's been here, he's been on Team Liddell, so he's been working real hard on striking. In Josh's fight against Pisley, he took him down time after time after time, but then once he got him on the ground, he didn't know what to do with him and didn't try to finish him. It'll be interesting to see how he's improved his game. The thing about Josh is he's a great athlete. He's in great shape. He showed in the Leben fight that he had great endurance and could last, so I think endurance is going to be a huge factor in this fight.
Let's go, Diego!
Diego has absolutely dominated his first two fights here. First against Alex Alexis, and then against Josh Rafferty. He finished those fights in less than 2 minutes, but neither one of those guys had a great ground game. And the big thing is, we haven't seen Diego go the distance yet, so endurance could definitely be a big factor in this fight. Anytime you go into a fight, strategy is always very important. The thing that everybody has to understand is these guys have trained together for at least 8 to 10 weeks. But in my opinion, I think Josh is going to come in and try to keep the fight standing and try to knock Diego out. And Diego's going to try and take it straight to the ground and catch Josh in a submission.
It's my turn. My time. My turn to shine.
I don't believe he's been hit hard in the fight, and you know, when he gets in there with me, it's not gonna be a wrestling match. It's gonna be a fight. My plan is to stand up, defend his takedowns, and try to knock him out, you know?
So just keep your distance and set things up from a distance.
I definitely think that I have better takedowns than Diego. My takedowns are going to be hard to stop. And if he stops them, then I'll be very impressed. He hasn't stopped them since, you know, day one of this competition, and I don't think that he's going to stop them.
1, 2, 3.
I've never showed him 100% yet, and he's going to feel what 100% feels like today.
When I'm in that cage, I'm coming in like an animal. I'm ferocious. I'm a pit bull. I'm gonna take your neck out. That's what I do. Get on your neck and I don't let go. Lockjaw. And, you know, when I get in there, it's the end of the story. I'm finishing.
shorts. Don't grab the shorts. That's it. Take it, Diego. Hold in, Josh. Take it. 5 seconds. Just take it, Josh. Just take it, Josh. Defend. Take it. Defend, Josh.
Hey, outside with him. On your leg. Keep kicking.
I think the first round is very close, and it's apparent that Joshua's strategy is to stand up with Diego, the exact opposite of what he wanted to do with Chris Lieben. I think that just goes to show how much respect he does have for Diego's ground game. At the end of that round, Diego caught Josh in a submission and was real close to choking him out. I think in this next round, Josh needs to let his hands go and stop worrying about getting hit.
Lay on your toes. Come on, do it. Do it. Hands up, Diego. Do it when it's there. Nice, Diego. Nice speed. Keep doing that, Diego. He's putting his head down. Nice. Josh. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Nice. Strong. Stay out. That transition. You don't need it. Diego's head's down. Nice. Circle to your right, Diego. Nice, Diego. Take it. Take it, Diego. Take it to the cage. Hands up. Circle off the cage, Diego. Circle to your right. Circle to your right, Diego. Circle to your right. Throw it again. How that works, baby. Throw it again, Diego. Easy. Nice. Head out. Throw the head out, Diego. Throw the knees. Nice. Josh. Step up. Back up. Josh. Guillotine, Diego. Suck it up or back out, Josh. Suck it up or back out. Like the first, Diego. Get your head up. Defend. Sit up. That's it, Diego. So get up, Diego. Good. Get up. Get up, Diego. You're up, Diego. Get up. You're up. You're out. Try to do it one work, Diego. One work, Josh. Back out. Watch the triangle. Back out. Keep that right leg tight to the hip. Right knee tight to the hip. Right. Strike. Come on, Josh. Josh, head up. Head up. Let those hands go. On the left, Diego. Back of the knee, Josh. Left hand on the back of the knee, Josh, and back out. Do not grab the shorts. Left hand on the back of the knee, Josh. Back out. Take it, Diego. Take it. Pull it down. Diego. Don't stop. Come on. Clean break. Up. Josh. Next hand. Next hand. Like that. Let your hands go. Let your hands go. Get on.
You need to win this round. You need this round. You need to finish.
In round 2, Josh has gone back to wrestling. He's taken Diego down, but again, he's not doing any damage on the ground. Diego from the bottom is aggressively going for submissions, but was unable to sink the armbar. Diego was able to get to his feet and land a big knee in that round. These guys both look really tired right now, and when the ref got in there and separated them, Diego makes the classic mistake. He drops his hands. And Josh lands a huge right hand on him.
Make him pay for that.
The Nevada State Athletic Commission rule states, protect yourself at all times. The ref was not in the cleanup, and Josh capitalized and landed a big right hand, and that punch was perfectly
Oh, just.
Was there no like big document, no internal conversation, or like what is even happening?
Whose fault is it? Like, how does Twitch fix this problem? It seems wild to me.
Advertisers were like, this is way too far and you guys need to pull back. And that's the discussion going on, is like...
I've heard rumors that Twitch is on the decline. Would you agree with that, or would you say like it's actually doing just fine? Like, is Rumble or Kick streaming gonna outcompete it?
I don't know why people don't talk about this. Do you know about this, Destiny?
No, tell me.
What do you think the biggest live streaming platform is on the internet? You think so?
Twitch?
It isn't.
What's going on here? Is this a lie?
Bobby Kotick put us all in a room I mean, like, every NFL owner, Elon was there. This was like a big deal, okay? And we got in this giant room, and he pitched us.
Can I be super rude, Devin, and ask you a question? If now you don't want to give time, I understand, but...
Ask it.
Yeah, you can ask me whatever
He's
you want.
here for your questions.
All right, you're here for my... So I'm super curious about your thoughts on the latest Twitch policy on art debacle that just happened in the last, like, 3 days.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on it?
What do you want to know?
I'm making it pretty broad because I don't want to lead you like into any direction. I guess, like, do you think that they made a major error in making the policy? Do you think they made an error in rolling back the policy? You know, like widespread bans? Because it was like a major shit show, like just from beginning to end.
I understand why Twitch tried to do it. I think that there's a large internal movement within Twitch right now that feels that female streamers are on the receiving end of TOS violations and updates that make it even more difficult to be a female.
So we're not fighting tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get a fight. Kevin was down. He wanted to fight, but in just 2 days notice, he couldn't make 170. And you know, for the UFC, they were not interested in making it 180. It just didn't make sense with for the division. And yeah, unfortunately, we're not gonna get to fight, but it is what it is. I'm still gonna, rest, make sure to enjoy, this time, and go and get back home, get myself ready for the next one. Hopefully, we're gonna schedule something for next year, and yeah, let's go back to work.
Yep, this way.
Hi, everybody.
Legend.
Congratulations.
Legend.
What's happening, guys? UFC 296 is about, well, it is already started. Main card's going to be soon. You don't want to miss it. Great card. Obviously, the main event, I'm going to give you my prediction. I'm going to go with Leon Edwards. Obviously, I'm rooting for him. And obviously, for all the comments Colby made, I hope he gets his head punched in pretty bad. So I'm looking forward to it.
gratitude. That's what I feel for my team, for my girlfriend, for my friends, for all the people who put up with me every day, my mom, my little sisters, everybody. I'm just thankful. All the UFC people who have supported me and helped me, and I love this country, I love this sport, man. I don't know where else I'd rather be, man, than right here. Feels good. A lot of hard work.
Hey everyone, I'm Islam Makhachev, UFC champion. I'm with Tagir Ulanbekov here, ready to go. Thank you for support.
There's a foot side to side.
Leon, congratulations on your victory tonight. I know you said you would have liked to get a finish, but given everything that was surrounding this fight and all the emotions, I mean, how satisfied are you with the result tonight?
I don't know if it was one of my best performances, you know, but I thought it'd be a way more active fight. He just went on his back foot straight away, and I thought what's this guy doing? You know, after talking all that shit that he did this week, I thought he'd come out and do more, you know, but I feel like he's done it before. He gassed the fight up and just show up and just don't show up, you know.
The game plan that he used was pretty surprising, whatever it may actually have been. I mean, did you think early on, is he trying to bait me into something? Like, is this some kind of game? Like, what's going on here? Or when did you realize that this is just going to be what he does?
Yeah, 100%. Because I came out orthodox for the first round, you know, and I was waiting for him to charge forward like he normally does, and but I feel like the pressure got to him. I feel like the switching of stances, my range, it all just threw him off. You know, just kind of went in like a little shell. It didn't come out of it. You know.
Yeah. How challenging was it for you as well to stay controlled, right? Because you talked about being controlled with the emotions of fight week, but then you got to go in there for 25 minutes and be controlled. Like, how challenging was it there to keep the proper mindset?
It was hard. You know, like even to the weigh-ins yesterday, I was like fuming and shaking, and but I was after speaking to my mom and my coaches, and just okay, just like fuck this guy basically, and just focus on yourself. This is what he wants. He wants you to come out there and fight emotional and like try to swing and take it down, you know. So I thought, okay, this is like, also what he said is fucked up, but let's switch it all off and go out and do your job, you know.
Yeah. The grappling exchanges, a lot of your takedowns seem to come right after his. Did you come into this fight saying, I want to show that I can grapple, or was it kind of responsive to be like, now I got to take him down?
No, it was definitely a plan, you know. I'm a great grappler. I just like striking, you know. But I think I took Usman down, never taken down before in his career. Took Kobe down, out-grappled him. So I feel like as I'm learning and growing, I was keep showing more and more of my skill set. I've always said I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm not a striker, you know. And tonight I was able to do that. I out-grappled two of the best grapplers in the division, you know. And yeah, as long I was keep reigning and keep improving, you know.
There's been a lot of talk about the exchanges between you guys. I mean, obviously, it is the fight game and people fight, but do you feel like there should be some kind of a limit, like an honor among athletes of like, hey, man, there's certain things that are just off limits that we don't touch with each other?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like kids are out of it. I feel like a murdered parent should definitely be out of it. It's just like, I don't get how you use that as a way to sell fight or entertainment, you know. And I think that's like put him in the shower. I think my reaction to it kind of like threw him off a bit. I felt no one were feeling what you're saying, you know. Like the fans turned against him, and the media was like, "What are you doing?" I feel, but he's a coward, and he's always been a coward, you know. Even when he lost the fight, he keep making excuses that I won the fight. Even Usman knocked him out and broke his jaw. He's like, yeah, it was Mark's fault. It's always someone else's fault when he loses, you know.
Yeah. As champion, there's always going to be a target on your back, but does there feel like a weight off because of the emotion that was surrounding this fight?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. I feel like it was definitely one of the most emotional fights I've had to deal with. For like the comments that he made. But like I said, I got a great support system around me, and the defo got me in the right space to go out there and compete as an athlete. You know, because in my mind and my body, I wanted to go out there and have a war with him. And but when I talked to my coaches and my mom and everyone, just said, okay, like just shut it all off. 25 minutes, and after that you can deal with your emotions after, you know. And I was able to do that.
Dana was here earlier. It kind of seemed like Bilal Muhammad would be next, being that he's the backup and all that. But Dana said, I'm not ready to make that decision right now. Yeah. Do you see it as like he should be next? Does that feel like an unfinished chapter, or do you feel like maybe there's other options?
Nah, there definitely other options, you know. I don't feel like Bilal should be next. You know, I've done it before. I've won like 10 fights in a row, didn't get a title shot. So what makes him different or more privileged, you know? So Kobe's already skipped the line already. So let's see who's next. And but like I said, this is Rocky's era. This is my era now, and I always keep training, whoever's next, doesn't matter. You know, they're all similar styles anyway, all boxers, wrestlers, and this is what I'll build my career on it, you know. So whoever comes next is whatever, you know.
Nice. Last thing for me, we'll figure out who, but where does that matter to you? Do you want to fight back in England, or do you like fighting here in the States, Vegas?
I love to fight in England, especially now we got Tom. You know, like have me and Tom on the card, headlining, co-headlining. That'd be for the UK. That'd be massive. You know, I feel like that's definitely something that we should push towards to just bring more light to MMA in Europe. You know, I feel like having me and Tom headline a card, either Manchester or any big stadium. I think that's what we should definitely push towards. You know.
Leon, right here in the front. Kind of going off of that, Dana was here and announced the official signing of Michael Venom Page to the UFC. He's going to be fighting Kevin Holland in Miami. So would that be a fight down the road that, you know, that could headline a massive stadium, a big arena in the UK?
I don't know. He just got to the UFC. I don't think he's nowhere near a title shot. Yeah, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. I think there's way more people that so more close to the title shot than Page, you know. And but yeah, fair play.
Did you see happen to see Shavkat's performance? Because he seems to be the other one that people want to see you fight at some point.
Yeah, I did. He looked all right, you know. I think Wonder Boy is kind of getting past it a little bit. He's like 40 years old, and obviously he went out there and did what he did. But yeah, if he's whoever's next, I don't care. You know. So like I said, this is my era. My aim now is to beat George record. That is my aim, you know. And so whatever get me there is whoever's next, you know.
Do you first, because before this fight, you said that if you beat Colby, you could foresee him retiring because you don't really see him fighting these young guys. But he was in here saying he's going to be here for a while and he wants to work his way back to the title. Do you think eventually you will see Colby again down the road?
No, definitely not. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Like, this guy says a lot of shit, you know. So this is his third shot on a title shot. This one was a given. He meant to fight for the title. He beat Masvidal and then got a title shot. Sat out for 2 years and got a title shot, you know. So he's a long way away from fighting for the title. I can't see him going out there and fighting Shavkats and these guys of the world, you know. I just can't see it happening. So let's see.
He just a few minutes ago, he was here. He called out Wonder Boy for his next fight. He said he has unfinished business with him. What do you think of that fight possibly down the road between Colby and Wonder Boy?
I don't know. I don't care. You know, I don't know.
Leon, I gotta ask you: were you surprised at how much stronger you were than him in the cage?
Nah, definitely not. I always said like once you feel my physicality in the cage, it's a big difference. You know, I think Usman felt it as well, and maybe I got like a skinny waist. Everyone thinks I'm like not strong, but once I get a hold of you, I'm quite strong, you know, and I was able to take him down, out-grapple him in scenarios, and yeah, just keep, like I said, I'm a mixed martial artist, not a striker, so it was good to show another level of my game, you know.
And how close did you think you were with those submissions?
Close. Especially that front one where I got around his neck before he spun out of it. That was tight, you know, and even the triangle, the arm bars I was attacking. A few of them was close, but it did well to survive and defend them, you know.
And did it feel good because he comes in, he's talking all the trash talk, but towards the end of the fight, people were booing him because they were just so unimpressed by his performance? Did that feel good to really shut him and the fans up?
not really the fans, but more him, you know. I expected more. Like, after talking all that, like, what you talk, you should come forward and fight. You know, you don't be a coward and go on your back foot for the first 2 rounds. I thought he was like trying to bait me, you know something? I thought,
No,
what's this guy doing?
Gage.
But I think my range and my switch in the stances was kind of
I'm
throwing
just
him
gonna
off.
keep kiting.
But yeah, I think just a coward, and he showed in his fighting skills, you know.
Kind of similar to what you just said. Were you surprised that Colby didn't shoot until the 3rd round?
But even when he shot in the 3rd round, it's like a slow-ass single leg. You know, I was like, bro, what the hell's going on? This guy's meant to be the cardio chaos machine. And, but yeah, I feel like I said, it's a new era. I feel like these guys coming up like me, coming up, they're all just different era, you know. These guys, everyone's beat is like the Mastodons of the world, Robbie Lawlers of the world, Woodleys of the world. Like, these guys are like, what was over the hill when they fought them, you know. And I believe he's over the hill as well. So
when he successfully landed that takedown, the first one he did, and when you got up pretty quickly, do you think that was like a demoralizing factor that played into the fight for him?
Yeah, definitely. I think like my out grappling him, like I was able to reattack after he took me down and take him down, and I think that my coach said it's in his face. Is like he's kind of like threw him off a little bit, you know, and so I feel, yeah, definitely.
Time to Elder 4 get into the warrior, Geach.
I think that definitely threw him off a little bit, you know.
And I'll kill him.
He'd be able to like dominate me more in the grappling, and he wasn't able to, you know.
And obviously, when you look at Colby's past fights, he did face a lot of grapplers and stuff. But I feel like some people might have not mentioned that.
They reset.
Complete guy.
Get
like
in on the warrior,
in a
Gage.
while, other than like Usman and stuff. Do you think that's something that kind of went under the radar going into this fight?
Yeah, 100%. Because everyone has me down as a striker, but I keep saying like I'm a mixed martial artist, you know, and I'm good everywhere the fight goes, you know. And these guys, I fought these guys my whole career, boxing, wrestling kind of style. They're all like from now to my next 3 fights, they're all similar.
I don't know why the fuck they reset. That's
wrestling,
really odd.
boxing, they're all Usman, Colby, they're all the same.
Are you ready? Pray to Allah. Alhamdulillah. Can you get it? Oh, you can't get it. I guess. What a shame. I think probably you should have just, you should have probably just Alder fought on Rogue when the boss was pretty low, and then locked in. But yeah, I mean, I guess you gotta wait until the Rogue is out. That kind of sucks. Fuck. Man, it should be fine. We just need to clear the pads and just make sure that I can kite. Then it's okay. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. I think defensively I just lack too much. Like, I'm just taking straight up to 10 to 20% of my HP hits. Nå. Manne, gider du at tage Fjord ind? Gider du at tage Fjord ind? Han er ude i skuret. problem is, Geech, I don't have any burst. Like, I don't have eviscerate. I don't have ferocious bite right now. I get that later on. So my damage is kind of like just... I got no burst, so it's like... I don't know. I think if I got here with the world buffs and I didn't die, I probably could have done it easily. But I think we'll try, man. We'll try. I lose out on a lot of defensive shit that I would have had. I mean, I guess I wouldn't really have had... Well, would have had. I would have had 4% dodge in cat form at least. It's tough. I mean, I should have... For this, I probably should have just respect. I mean, it costs like nothing and it takes 2 seconds to respect. So I should have just respect, I guess. I mean, I can do that. Man, I don't think I shouldn't have to kite so much. The only reason I have to kite so much is because all the pats are pulling. If I get the boss on my own, I shouldn't really need to kite too much. I don't think. But I see your point. But I think if I had the world buffs and I spec into straight up feral instead, I think I would have a much better chance. But it's just, I mean, the shit that I have, dude, it's just all damage, nothing else. Ja, ska vi se vad handlar om. Geech, I could go get the world buff really quick and buy a summon though. But I mean, you think I should? Nah. All right. I should probably be walking around with some mana pots too, Geech. I think that's way better. It's way better for me to mana pot rather than healing pot if I'm doing this shit. I think so anyway, so. I don't have any stamina gear either, man. That's really bad too. Like it's all like hardcore agility. My brace is all agility. Same with my gloves. Oh, wait a minute, dude. What did drop yesterday? Was it the boots? I think boots dropped, right? And I didn't really want to... Well, obviously, they went so fast in terms of dishing out that loot, man. Something tells me they had it planned. Something tells me they went quickly, you know, like, roll. And then he rolled, and it was like basically 1 second, and he just distributed the loot. That's how it felt like, anyway. Oh, yeah, that's true. Pretty good damage-wise. And Spirit, honestly, man, is not bad. Because Spirit makes it so that I regen mana way faster when I'm in cat form. So, it's probably way better than the ones I have. Don't really need stamina for anything in terms of rates. But man, when I'm playing on my warrior, every week we've had a feral and they all die so much. It's crazy. So we always, you know, we always lack. Wind Fury really sucks. Let's start with the Pat. Big Dick Pat. There's another pad over here, dude. No. Oh, I shouldn't be able to, yeah, I shouldn't have to pull those. I'm gonna pull these guys. In a sec, anyway. Oh, okay. Kill... I think... No, I shouldn't need to kill this glutton, right? Or was that the one we Oh, you probably already locked out. Okay. Big balls. The issue, man, is... Imagine this, Geech. Imagine you having to get sweeping strikes up. Oh, not sweeping strikes. What is it called? The other thing. That's the problem I have. I need to have that shit up. So it's like before I even have this up, you know, it's already like too... okay, well, let's try, man. Let's try. Big dick balls. Gage, forget it. I have to kite.
Too far away.
Oh no. Oh my god. I actually ended up pulling those. This is... Man, if we just clear those ads, this is really easy. It's like, it takes no time. What a shame. But man, did you see my mana? It's like I go out of form and I heal once and I'm so... And I don't even get full HP, that's the issue. Yeah, this is really easy, man. We just kill those, man. Really easy. It takes like 2 seconds, 2 additional seconds. Honestly, you could lock. Just keep the safe, Geech. Lock Rogue, kill those, and then I'm gonna be inside the dungeon once you're there. We don't have to reset the dungeon, I don't think. Maybe I should... I think there's ways to play this, man. When I proc Omen of Clarity, I can actually jump out of form and heal. I guess that might be a good thing to do instead of just doing it, instead of just using it for damage. But I mean, still, the going in and out of form is just 260 mana. I can do that shit 5 times. Wow! Det ser lækkert ud, ven.
Morgen tager lige den der. Jeg vil lige så give den noget salt.
Nej, det tror jeg ikke. De er præsaltet.
For meget.
Nej,
Ja, det er lidt.
jeg tror ikke, du skal. Det skal du små med i hvert fald. Vi skal ikke have mere salt meget.
Ja, gå ind til vælgevandet.
Valga, du skal snart have en pause fra iPad'en. Samos, the greatest warrior of all time. Zamos the Great. Alright. Let's try Geach. Oh, it's too far away. It's too far away. Gauge Lord. Or Lord of the Gauges. The Glizier's Gauge. This pad over here, man. I mean, I think I'm gonna be fine now. I think I know what I'll do once I'm kiting. But I could pull this, but we'll see. I'm gonna go Bama. Pray to Allah. Pray to Allah. Alhamdulillah. But to be honest, this is easy, man. This is really easy. Just gotta play it safe instead of trying to big ball it. Big ball sack. Why can't I reset? Oh, I have to be outside? Falke, der er pause på iPad'en, ven. Okay. Det er nu. Just Lord. Man, Geet, I got the what's it called, the sword from Sarowish yesterday in BRD. Really amazing proc rate on that Shadow Bolt. Oh my god, insane proc rate. I don't know if it's best for you on Rogue, but really nice. It procs insanely. I don't know, man. It feels like it procs every 4 hits or something like that. And since you use instant spells all the time as a warrior, you know, with Devastate. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass right now, but that's what it felt like anyway. Big ball sack. Big ball sack. Gauge max. I'll get the curse gauge, just don't walk close to the boss. It's alright, man.
Skal jeg ikke komme og hjælpe mig med at rydde køkkenet op?
Oh. Gisla. Big time Gisla. Ready? Alright, man. Come on, baby. Oh, there he is. Let's try this out, man. Big boy heel. Big boy heel. Big boy heel on the proc. Oh. Really? It doesn't even feel like this is going so fast, you know? That's odd. Hmm. Okay, it's probably just your rogue then.
Yeah,
Can we
Mary,
wait 30
turn that
seconds?
shit off.
Mary, turn
It
that shit
disappeared.
off.
You didn't skin it.
Waited too long.
I got the picture. If you guys need it, I got the picture of the fountain in it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
No, we didn't skin it. Yeah, okay.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god!
Log
Are
out?
you fucking serious?
Wait, that's actually a
Gage, I'm getting buffs.
Guys, we're taking your purple stolen. Come back.
Hvad siger du?
Ej, jeg synes ikke, du skal sidde for en skærm hele tiden. Nu har vi lige lagt iPad'en. Du skal give far din iPad, den har han.
Ved du hvad, du skal have, du skal også have underbukser på.
Men jeg vil så godt have min skyd.
Din fantasi på noget andet, at sidde
Du
for
må
en
gerne have
skærm.
de skyder. Hvad er det for skyder, du vil have?
Der. Nej, det. Hvorfor skal den ikke gøre sådan? Men bare sådan her.
Bare du skal slappe af.
Nå, det er... Jamen, den er helt slappet af. Det er bare til Fjords... hvad det hedder, alarm. Nej, det er okay. Det var bare dengang, far han sad og skulle lytte efter Fjord.
Jeg kunne så godt tænke mig at spille guitar på min computer.
Du kan få lov til lige at spille en halv time guitar på computeren.
Jeg har lige sagt nej, skat.
På hvad?
Han skal ikke sidde... Han har lige lagt sin iPad, så nu går han hen og sidder...
Ja, men nu sidder vi lige og
og
hygger.
skærm hele tiden.
Ja.
Ja, det skal man jo ikke. Altså, han kan bruge sin fantasi i stedet for.
Er det sådan, at mor, den skal vende? Hvor er det sådan, at den skal vende?
Ja, du skal have mærket det til bagenden, eller til bagsiden.
Den er på bag. Den er lidt...
Da 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 da.
Numse.
Numsehul.